And you've said before, I think, when you've spoken at conferences, you said this is what, you know, the Harry Potter wishes they had, or Game of Thrones wishes they had. I mean, you know, this whole blockchain vision, all these empowering things, but they were built in this old world where it was just the movie or just the video series.
Yes.
This is the thing that they all kind of dreamed of. But to build this thing and be where you are now, you had this vision years ago and have this long-term plan. I mean, you're thinking 10 years. You have 7 books planned in your series. Yeah. By the way, there's, I think, 8 chapters of your book released now on the Cross the Ages website in 5 languages: English, French, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese.
And Polish.
And Polish as well. And so that's a massive component. You've also got the cards, and I want to hear more about cards.
Sure.
And you've got the physical cards as well.
Yes.
And I think these are the things that make you pop in a space where, let's be honest, you're right. It has a short life cycle, and why wouldn't it? You know, with this type of reward scenario, of course you're going to get short-term players. It's easy. It gets rewarded in a short-term basis. But what do we get? We get games that aren't very fun, and they don't really engage our souls, right?
Yeah.
And again, it all comes down to story. As someone in Hollywood, what are they going to say? Story. I'm sure deep down in the gaming world, it's down to story, right? Does the story connect with us, you know?
If you've seen the best, you know, gaming, they took people, you know, the writers to create a storyboard and to create a strong story to do something where people will understand it. When we start Cross the Ages, I met a guy, he's Arnaud Dolen. His guy, he's just amazing. He got a humility, and he got something really deep, you know. He's working, you know, on launching, you know, like NASA, you know. So he's a scientist, and we start to talk together, and quickly, my heart told me that this guy able, you know, to create it, like the story of Cross the Ages. So it used to be one writer, and become 2 writers, and become 3, 4, 5, 6. And after that, people are coming really famous, you know, and all of them accept to work on the direction of Arnaud. Because Arnaud has something very special. He's learning very fast. And his humility touch everyone. A guy like that, you know, is able to change the way of thinking. And it's how, you know, all those people start to work around him and to help him to create something unique and something so deep that you will have like all the arc are already written. That means on the story, usually you can have like a series where they can start like for 2 seasons, and after that they start to write something else, you know, and you feel it, you know. Yeah. You say, oh, what's happening, guys?
Yeah.
This is not the case. All the arc are written. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. This will allow the writer to put something, you know, on the book number 1 that you can understand only on the book number 5 or on the book number 6. Everything is connected, absolutely everything. And the work behind that is just an amazing work, because they spend too much time together to work together and to learn, to understand, and to work together. Because the thing very interesting about that is how you can take different people working together on this kind of work. So yeah, this was an amazing experience, and this is still an amazing experience.
Yeah, I want to find out how you are able to coordinate so many creative people in so many locations around the world, but I'll come to that at the end.
Sure.
So writers, it's like 13, 14, 15 writers. It's a 7-book series.
Yes.
The plot arcs are already structured, as opposed to that Netflix series that just tacks on season 4 and 5. And like you said, we know it. Humans understand story at a DNA level. We do.
Yep.
Because stories are how we learn about the world somehow. And that's why you always go back to those classics. And look, I had Jordan Peterson here, and he says the Bible is part of our DNA. Now, some people, they don't understand that and always trying to be religious, but he's just said, no, these are the stories we wrote down over time to where we could understand who we are as people. And so people understand story, and they can tell when it's...
They understand story, and they are touched by the earth concept. What is the earth concept? If you take, for example, Star Wars, and you have the system of the midichlorian and the force, the power, you know, you can't copy it anymore. If you've seen Matrix, you can't copy it anymore, you know. Harry Potter, you can't copy it anymore. The Earth concept is very strong. On Across the Ages, you have the Earth concept so strong that when people will start to understand what is that, they will say, oh man, I never seen that anywhere on the life, anywhere on any book. This is totally new. And this is why, you know, I'm sure that people will adopt it and everyone will find something for him inside the book. As the Bible, you know, as, you know, like, or the movie, you have always something very deep that you can grab for you, you know, essence.